Oh, it is live.
Yeah, we need a new president. If if Lex Luthor become president in DC, after all the things people know he did, a mutant can become president.
Yeah, but what?
Dude, you think Lex Luthor being president is out of this world? Once Jake told me that Joker became president and Harley Quinn, I'm like, what the hell,
He
man?
became mayor. He became mayor.
Okay, mayor. But still, even mayor, come on. Like,
And
To be fair, Joker just has to threaten the right people.
also, he recently shot Barbara Gordon in the waist and paralyzed her. So, haha.
oh.
He
No
got
second
bored,
term. No second term, I'm assuming.
he got bored of the hero of being the good person and shit. So after a long talk with his family, they were like, "All right, let's do it."
Wait. His family has his Hispanic family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm still waiting for the moment where his stepson becomes the Mexican Joker. And then
Well,
I'll say South Park called it.
well, it took very little convincing. Well, it took convincing. It was a conversation. It took little convincing for the kids to be on board. The mom was the one who was like, I don't know, and then she's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
I mean, already 10:30. You want to just start?
okay. Yeah. Now that we're done with the BS, let's get to it, and I'll do the opening. Welcome to Comic Fanatic Live, the Extra Edition. You're here with me, Cryptid Secret 4 and 5. I'm not coming up with 2 openings in a week.
Yeah, I mean, my name's Jake Talonol, the one who binges Boruto, and that's all I got. Wait, I
And
wasn't.
my name is Jake Tylenol, King of Beats, Lord of Dorks,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't binge Boruto. I binge Yu-Gi-Oh.
He harkens back to an
Oh.
older time, a classic Jake, if you will, a Jake that had a season one Jake.
Follow us on our socials in Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69 or on Instagram Comic Fanatic 2.0, and that's all I can remember. Sorry, Witch.
This is for the subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. We're not. The main day is Monday. We'll post the lives then. This is for people subscribe to the channel. Okay, this is a special thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Comic Con.
Hello, comment.
Alrighty.
See, this is for Comic Con.
Yes. Our number
Okay.
order.
Yay. One of these days, man, the stars will align. We're going to have a crossover. Okay. All right, guys. Let's start off. Let's go with the big one of the day. Austin, you've been waiting for it.
Oh, well, we're starting with Amazing Spider-Man 34, I believe.
Yes.
I think it's like volume 6 of Spider-Man.
Okay.
But this one gave me more of what I expected of this Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being cool or cold and calculating, he's more. I won't say he's more insane, but at least he's like laughing uncontrollably and stuff. You start this off with Randy, his girlfriend, the daughter of Tombstone, who's the best part I'm know this character Janice. I think it's Janice Lincoln.
Let me double check. Yeah, Janice. Yep.
Tombstone's in the hospital. They're debating their relationship. They should be together. She's kind of just like forcing his hand, really. You want to be a criminal investigator so you can lock up people like me and my dad? It's like, what? No.
Hey guys, I got a question. And by I mean Comic Con. Where would you jump into Spider-Man right now?
Ooh.
I wouldn't. No, do not.
Okay.
I would say wait till the next number one of Amazing Spider-Man happens. This run is not when you jump in. It kind of just
I'll say
spits in the face of a lot of classic knowledge until you get to this part with 30 issues in.
I'll say if you're a fan of Craven, this particular arc is a must read. Like, so go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, my bad. They're talking about their dad, her dad, and all you hear is the flatlining sign because Spider-Man snuck in the window and unplugged this man's IV machine and almost killed him.
Oh my god!
And then they cut to the Randy running to the window to try to see who it is. And you just see dark suit Spider-Man with like
It's like
the smoke making a green goblin
it's
in
like
the background and him laughing.
it's like his Dark Knight Returns moment where he's jumping in the air and there's a lightning bolt in the background and he's like,
Yeah. Oh, you see, so yeah, it's just a green goblin laughing. It's very good. Like the artist was doing great work. It's probably the best this artist has been. Norman makes it to Mary Jane and Paul. He kind of just like kicked their door in. By the way,
As he
Mary Jane
should.
screams.
Mhm.
She legit screams. So he just kind of kicked the door. And he's like, "So something happened. Spider-Man is something got into Peter. He's kind of unhinged. So that means Paul know Peter is Spider-Man. We got to kill Paul. We got to kill Paul.
Oh.
We can't have a guy who can legit become an enemy already know who Spider-Man is." But
Well, yeah,
he kicks in the door. He's like, Peter's like, oh, go ahead. Say what you gonna say.
Oh no, yeah, I was about to say, well, given the fact that MJ was with Paul for 5 years, I would assume she already told him that Peter was Spider-Man. That stuff,
Yeah, but that's not her secret to tell. She shouldn't tell him that.
No, I agree. That's kind of bullshit. That's actually us. I would.
As far as she was aware, Peter was never going to come and save them.
Yeah, so you have to tell Peter was Spider-Man. Just say you're
What else are you going to talk about the same person for 5 years?
Your life experiences? I don't know. There's a lot I could talk about before I talk about Peter's identity.
Yeah, talk about Harry. You don't think know about that?
I give it to her. I'll give it to her if like they were about to die. Like they were like not like a traditional sense, like like, oh, we're sick. We're
No. I didn't when Peter showed up to save her before the kids. I think he was in his Spider-Man outfit and he took off the mask.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So never mind.
Oh, and then he does break it. He does break into our door later, and he's like, "MJ, I have things to tell you."
No, Peter actually breaks the door too, so showing that he does have super strength in front of Paul, so it couldn't be that hard for him to put it together. So, all right, continue on, Austin.
Hold up, thing is messing up.
Gotcha.
Why is it messing up now? I don't know what's happening. Okay.
Oh no!
Pray. But Norman kicks in. I got it. Norman kicks in the door. He says Peter's kind of unhinged right now because something happened. You all need to go. He's going at he's just being petty. He's going to anyone who he feels wrong them anyway, no matter how big it is. And they look at each other and they say, "I'll pack the bags. No, you go get the car."
No, everybody's looking at Paul. Like, yes,
no. Well, no, MJ and Paul look at each other, and that's literally, and they split up. So if you look at Norman, he's definitely looking at Mary Jane. It was messed up. Craven has his own inner monologue. He talks to his inner demon. Well, he's talking to that dog inside him, but that dog is scared. He really got Courage the Cowardly Dog in his chest right now.
Keep in mind, like, apparently Spider-Man put in a few matches in Craven's pocket so he can at least, have a little bit of light as he's about to die. So,
yep, that's the only way to kill yourself. You got to make sure you got the gun right. Mm-hmm. And Craven was legitimately about to do it. For the record, this is Craven's son. That's what in case people get confused or something. Mm-hmm. But he's acting like he's about to kill himself. Norman is at Paul's house. Spider-Man pulls up with the most devious get back I ever seen. Peter looks so tall.
Oh my god! You guys remember that scene?
Peter's like towering over Norman because he's sitting down. Yeah, it's scary. This is one of my favorite panels right now.
For the audience, you guys remember that scene from The Dark Knight where Joker's in the interrogation room? It's dark, and then as soon as the lights turn on, that's when Batman's in his back. That's basically the scene. Oh.
Yeah, but Peter looks wide. Peter looks buff as other one. This is like a Rob Liefeld Captain America. How big his chest is.
Oh
But Peter's like, "Where's Paul? Where's Mary Jane?" He's Norman's like, "Why?" Peter says, "No reason." He starts laughing. He's like, "This not like you. They're gone." He's like, "You're right. This isn't like me. It's like you." And I'm starting to understand why you like doing this. At the same time, Craven is about to kill himself, but he starts kicking the bottom. He accidentally kicks the bottom of the coffin, and he realizes he can probably kick it loose. So that's what Craven's going to be working on the rest of the issue. Because I'm not going to cut back
yeah.
him in a little bit. But Peter's like,
Okay,
I
go on.
understand now. You do this because you like to hurt. This feels so good, hurting people, not having to hold back. He grabs Norman, jacks him up, throws him across the room, and then Norman has the nerve to be like, Peter, I'm your friend. Peter's like, friend? You think I forgot what you did? And then he just starts punching him, right, left. And there's one where like he just knocks most of his teeth out. And there's so much blood
Yeah.
on his face. They come to his mouth when he screams, "Answer me!"
This is
Peter's
where like
covered in
Peter,
blood.
yeah, Peter's just like shouting like, you don't think I forgot what you did to Gwen? Did you show Gwen mercy? Did you answer me?
And Norman
And
says, "No, I showed her no
I,
mercy. I told her none."
and I live in hell because of it.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but it's crazy that like years later, Gwen just lives in this man's head rent free, bro. I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, it's kind of hard
Well,
not to
it's
live
not rent free.
rent.
It's the Goblin is settling all his debts.
Mm.
Oh, and keep this in mind, Jake. It's not hard to live rent free when Gwen freaking pops up every 6 months or so, reminding you of the most fucked up moment of your life. You know.
That is true. That is true.
Hmm.
I was like, also,
I imagine if Peter saw the bird, he'll probably just like throw that man across the world, like legit.
Hmm.
But he stopped to listen to Norman. He starts freaking out a minute. He starts trying to fight back a little bit more, but the Goblin in him just comes out fully, and he starts Hulk smashing Norman,
Oh
like legit
man.
the full motion of putting both his arms up and swinging it down. And then
Hmm.
Fly, he did it multiple times, and all you hear is cracking sounds. So at first I thought he broke Norman's neck, but Norman's still talking, so I guess not.
Hmm.
So I don't know what bones he's breaking, but apparently he's breaking some of this man's bones. But Peter says probably one of the scariest things you can get from Spider-Man. This man said, "This feeling, this is why you did everything. I thought it was a fluke when I buried Craven alive, but it's not. If you hurt you, it feels so good to finally hurt them back. I'm going to get all of you. I'm going to throw Otto in a nuclear reactor.
Oh
I'm going
man.
to feed Eddie his own brain. Then I'm going to visit Mary Jane and Paul." And then Norman says, "Leave them alone." He's like, "I wish I could. But the
No.
idea of throwing Paul off a bridge and seeing if Mary Jane, her new powers, can catch him just makes me smile." And he breaks into the laughter. And I was like, "Oh, that is actually really good." I'm kind of mad
You got
that this is in the middle of this terrible run.
you can't help but wonder, like, is this like something that just is? Are these thoughts Peter's had just now, or is this something he's always been thinking about? Because
no,
come on,
these
I'm
are the
sure
intrusive thoughts.
these type of thoughts are, well, Peter's a regular person. I'm sure he has thoughts of anger and weakness and stuff,
yeah,
but he would never act on it.
I know, but
I
it's
think it's
just
fine to want to kill these people and hold back. So many
I
people
feel
can't.
like this is a almost like a therapeutic session with Peter because he's allowed to unleash some well dormant rage that he's been holding on for years. Because
I'm,
go, go ahead.
no, I'm gonna say, I bet that's going to be the fallout of this whole series. Is that's going to be the part that goes on to the next run. Him having to deal with him not actually being like this pure person like he thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do you call Miles, right?
But Miles is dealing with Carnage,
Oh yeah,
Jake.
yeah.
Still?
Miles is in the middle of damn near dying fighting Carnage. He cannot fight evil Spider-Man.
Still?
Yes.
I thought that arc
What?
ended.
What? You think Carnage is easy to take down, man?
No, I just thought that arc ended. I thought that
I
was
mean,
going on for a while.
isn't Carnage?
Even if it did, he'll still be recovering.
I
Mm.
mean,
And
isn't
knowing this writer, even though Miles can beat Peter, and it's showing capability. If Peter's expecting Miles, he's going to fuck Miles up. I believe. Even though he really should. Miles versus Peter is not a fair fight.
Mhm.
But we cut to the Goblin Queen, and she's basically just debating: should I let my new lover die? Nah, I don't think I will.
My new
So
love,
Craven is
her
still
lover that
kicking
he,
him.
her lover
He's
that he
still trying
made
to
him.
break his way out.
Mhm.
What you about to say?
I was about to say the lover that she made into a man. Because remember,
Basically.
this Craven is like what, not even a year old, and he already had sex with a goblin. Like,
No, he's older than a year. He's older than a year.
okay, 2 years. Like,
No, this is one of the clone children he had a while back. Back then he just survived.
oh, okay, got it.
So he's probably like I would say at least 15 to 20.
Okay, a teenager.
I don't know. Let's not talk about that stuff.
A teenager that became a man thanks to a goblin.
There you go. They keep teasing. They keep teasing Craven. They keep teasing Craven is going to kill himself, but we were like, nah, he's not going to kill himself. He kicks out the bottom. Well, he's starting to. Well, he's continuing to. All of them are driving on a highway, and Peter swoops in with. And what is it? The new what are these web glides?
Yeah, well,
I thought he was wearing a symbiote for a minute.
Now, you know how like Peter sometimes has those like webbings in between his shoulders, his armpits.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's that just extended like with some goblin tech to help him to actually make him glide and fly. So this is legitimately.
I understand that, but it just came out of nowhere. I thought it was a symbiote for a minute.
Legitimately, this is the Spider-Man that glides now. Which, come on, we might as well have seen that. We might as well have the costume to match that.
I thought the spider that glides.
Mm-hmm.
He glides over them, dropping pumpkin bombs that release robotic spiders.
Yes.
And he's literally just blowing up the block, which is like so. Like, is anyone gonna like? Even if Miles doesn't show up, the Avengers should show up by now. You can shoot a gun at Iron Man, and like 4 other people show up. They proved that multiple times.
I would imagine, like, since this is a lot of dormant stuff within Peter just being out in the open, he would have thought of a way to have defeated Miles, like, at some point, since they knew each other for so long.
I fully believe if Peter legit wants to fight Miles, and he already know about the Venom tech, he can find a way to beat Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're using like Peter with his tech, he probably already have a way to do it.
Yeah.
It's just writers would never make that path.
I just don't understand why the Venom touch doesn't have a weakness. That's really been my only issue with it. Like, it seems like he just do it whenever, and now he can even make a sword out of it too, which I'm like, why? He doesn't need more power.
I don't know. And don't forget, he was the first person to kill a Grundle, which is like the symbiote dragon thing.
Yeah.
That can destroy cities.
Yeah.
And he did it with the Venom Blast.
Yeah. Like, I never, like, I like the Venom Blast as like a thing, but I was like, well, when are you going to add a limit to it? Though. No,
I didn't like that he stole it from Jessica Drew and then they act like he didn't do that.
Damn. But he should have a limit on it too. I don't know. It's just kind of whatever.
Well, if he does the big blast, he does have to recharge. The problem is it's comics, so if you dig in deep enough, he can do something.
Right.
And well, let's finish the issue. We'll talk about it another day.
Go ahead.
Peter's about to swoop in to kill Paul. He gets tackled, I believe.
Yes.
But at the same time, someone is breaking Craven out the coffin, and then cut to the Goblin Queen not going to save Craven, but going to fight Spider-Man. And she's like, "Not this way. This is not your destiny."
Mm-hmm.
I believe she wants to get the sins out of Peter and put him in the Green Goblin for Craven because she just believes Craven will live. And then Norman goes and saves Craven. And he's like, "You're gonna help me." I can't believe they're really setting up the Green Goblin noble sacrifice. I became a mass murderer to save you, Peter. Never forget that.
That's going to be a guilt Peter will be holding on to himself for years to come. Like,
I like it, but I don't like for Spider-Man definitely in the game. I think the Norman stuff was great.
Mhm.
I just hate how late in the game it happened. Norman done way too much stuff for me to feel guilty about. To also add this to it. But you get to see the issue of usually the cover of the next issue, and it's like Spider-Man his arm kind of in an armor type suit. It looked like,
Yes.
but he has the Goblin head on his Spider-Man armor, and he
Hmm.
got his own Spider Glen. It was very ugly, but if it happens, it happens.
it kind of makes me appreciate the adjustments to this black suit better
Yeah,
than what the cover is looking like. You know.
yeah, but Paul's
Right?
got to die. I the other part is even if Paul dies, for fact writers till the end of time we're gonna be trying to hold this or Peter dead.
Now they're also going to be holding it on Mary Jane's head. Like, I used to have a husband, and I used to have a kid to take care of. I had a family. Then
Wait,
Peter.
why are they why they give her that same arc again? Her losing her husband and kids.
Ah. Just wait until the one more day eventually gets undone, and she's gonna be like, "You're telling me this happened to me twice in my lifetime? I lost a husband and
Don't worry, man.
child."
It's gonna happen 3 times. But yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah,
I like it. Like it's. I think
I mean,
the last 4 issues have been great, but
yeah.
I just wish they was in a better comic,
I can see the struggle in a lot of people. You know, a
or
lot
I
of
wish it
people.
was more fleshed out. Because I was
Yeah. Hmm.
no, go ahead. Say what you gonna
I
say.
was about to say, like, yeah, I noticed in a lot of reviewers, of course, they held nothing back against this run and how much they detested. But then when it came to this arc, everybody's like, I don't want to admit this is good, but it's actually good. Like, oh,
I just kind of wish it was in a better run and that it had more time to be fleshed out because we're not gonna get like the interactions I would like to see with
hmm,
this. Like like Johnny showed up like issue 1 of this book and he never showed up again. I would love to see Peter like this, like Fantastic Four.
no.
I don't even like
Oh,
to see
here's what
Cap
you
see Peter
do.
like this because Cap also saw the Superior Spider-Man stuff too. Like he's gonna be like his third time seeing like evil Spider-Man.
Not again, dude. You're representing Queens, for God's sakes. That's what Cap will be saying.
Yeah,
Mm.
and like
But
Jake was saying,
no,
Miles,
this whole.
who
Yeah.
Fitz may love to have Miles redo Peter's story. Miles will probably be here to see these consequences too.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be something. Oh, now to add to your point about like Johnny Storm confronting Peter, this could be how you end the mustache for Johnny Storm. You have the spider that glides just rip that mustache out of him,
That
There
would
you
be
go.
strand by
terrible. I would
strand.
feel
Like,
bad.
I know Rich would definitely
I actually
love
like the
that.
mustache look.
It grows on you
Yeah, oh
after a
yeah.
while.
Don't forget Jake. He's not John. He's not Johnny Storm. He's Johnny Fairweather.
Jonathan
Right.
Jonathan Fairweather.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, good issue.
I'm gonna do a quick intermission here.
Hmm.
Austin, in case you wanted to know, Knuckles is the worst controlled character I've ever played in my fucking life. I'm sorry.
Aw.
You hear that,
Don't,
people? Sonic Frontiers final
so
update.
like
Knuckles
annoyed
is
just platforming with him. Oh, okay,
don't
that's all I want to say. Anyway.
don't tell me you're gonna have
All
don't
right.
tell me you're gonna have your Knuckles agenda soon.
Hello?
Okay.
to be fair, you can make a whole meta Sonic agenda
Cryptid, are you there?
and just
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
how
I'm here.
yeah we're here.
Jake?
Jake,
Oh no, we lost Jake. All right. Well, while we
Uh,
wait for Jake, let me just move on to the next comic, and it's just gonna be brief, really. Hades #2. In case the audience. Oh, okay. Here's Jake wants it. Oh no, no, wait. Jake, you there? Jake, say something.
Hey, well, his internet's kind of messed up. Everyone,
Okay. Okay. Wait again. Jake, you
he
there?
just started Hades, and then
All right.
he
Okay,
started
can you
Hades.
hear
Um.
me
Maybe
now?
the
God,
internet.
Yeah. Oh,
guys, I'm back. I'm
oh,
back.
we can hear
Uh,
you now. All
okay.
right.
I don't know what happened. The audio just randomly cut out. Did I miss anything? What
Yeah,
happened?
Yeah.
we can hear you, but you couldn't hear us for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I would. I mean, I already said it before. I just want to say that like Knuckles controls so terribly. I've never. This is the worst glide I've ever had. I don't know what's going on here. But
All right. Well, while you're trying to figure that out, I'll talk about Hades in the underworld.
go
Now,
ahead.
in case the audience needs a recap, this is basically Hades forming his own version of the Suicide Squad to go after the Golden Fleece because the oracles are like saying, like, yeah, the Golden Fleece will help you in your mission to take down the gods, right? So he recruits icons such as Rhaenyra, Orpheus, was it Icarus, and not the Icarus from the TV show, but just like more of a daredevil Icarus. And now they are go on to look for the Minotaur to recruit. Now this is kind of like a little big for Icarus because if you know your Greek history and stories, those two have a history together. So of course Icarus is freaking out. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, but eventually, like they manage to sway the Minotaur into joining their team by Hades offering the Minotaur a cookie. Right? Yeah, that's
The nerve of that cookie.
yeah.
It better be good.
It was good. Apparently, it was so good that Nero was like saying, "Hades, why didn't you just open up with the cookie instead of waiting for this fight to happen?" And Hades like, "You never show your ace in the opening hand. Like you never start off with an ace, young lady." So basically, Hades, in order to persuade people to join his team, he promises them each something. Rhaenyra, he promises to turn her back to a full human. Icarus, he promises to give him real wings, wings that won't melt because of the sun. Mm, Orpheus, I love his proposal. He's like, okay, if you complete the task, I'll reunite you with your true love. If you fail the task, I'll reunite you with your true love. Win-win. And for the Minotaur, I'll just give you another cookie. There you go. So they come up with a plan, and
No, bro. I don't want another cookie. I want a full batch, and I want the recipe.
there you go. Sweeten the deal. That's the way to go. But anyway, so they're on their quest to find the Golden Fleece before Jason and the Argonauts do. And keep in mind, audience, Jason in this universe is basically a frat boy, and his Argonauts are his bros. So yeah, you have a race, and Hades gets the services of the boatman to be their driver in this river. Boatman's like, oh my god, I really shouldn't be doing this. I'm on the clock. You know how many people? You know how many angry customers are waiting for me right now? You know how much change I'm losing right now working with you? But anyway, the issue ends with them entering a roadblock as the entrance to their next destination involves like this giant mountain door, and it ends up closing right in front of them as the issue ends. Yeah, brief. Mm, it's just I like what the Disney villains comics were doing, like between Scar and Nightmare Before Christmas, because they were like telling like an extra story to add to the canon of the main story. But here in Hades,
Yep.
yep. But here in Hades, it's really not. It's not filling any blanks. It's just a side story. That's it's never. He's not going to succeed. Nothing's going to come about this comic. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Alrighty then. Go on, Austin.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I had to leave to go to Discord, so I was scared I got disconnected.
Okay.
Okay. But here we are, the main event of this week.
Yeah.
Predator versus Wolverine. And I don't mean that type of Predator. I mean the monster villain Predator.
Now, here's a question for you, Austin. Is it true he fights a bear in this comic?
Yes, and I was so happy when I read it because I was like the bear from Prey, the bear from the Prey movie made a comeback.
Oh, okay. No, his descendant made a comeback. That's what it was.
No, this bear ain't that good.
The bear is like, I know what your ancestor did to my ancestor. Payback beep.
That's honestly what it feels like. But this comic is actually great. The comic starts off with Wolverine already hurt and bleeding, and there's a whole chunk of his arm missing. Like you can see the bone connecting to his shoulder.
Damn.
And Wolverine turns around, and all you see is the 3 red dots on his head, and then it cuts to the infrared vision of the Predator shooting at him. Wolverine dies behind a tree. He does his best to run away, but the Predator is tracking the blood from Wolverine that's dropping. And then the artists for this were doing great. Like the scenes where the Predator is supposed to be invisible, you see his outline are like very detailed. And the whole time Wolverine just trying to figure out what's going on because I believe this is post amnesia Wolverine.
Okay.
It seems like he fights him at multiple points in his life. So pre-amnesia and then post-amnesia. Yeah, this book is going to be an anthology fight. Like every 10 years,
wow.
I believe they have a match like that.
Okay, that's a little neat.
But right now, we're kind of in the middle of it because Wolverine's in his brown outfit.
All right.
But yeah, he's running in the woods. He's running up cliffs. And all he's thinking about is there's something here hunting me right now. Every nerve of my body is on red alert. And I can tell that something's behind me because the water is rippling. I need to figure out what's going on and why he's hunting me. And Wolverine's like hiding under a cliff. He got his claws into the rock to hide. It looks like the scene from Spider-Man 1, where Spider-Man's hiding under the balcony.
Okay.
When Norman goes on him. But with that, we cut to the 1900s. Okay, they gave a date. So the part I just talked about was in Canada, present day. So I guess after the fall of X, and they all had to leave Krakoa, Wolverine went to Canada. But now we're going to the 1990s, specifically we're going to 1900s, specifically just 1900. Alaska territory. Wolverine is like coming. Wolverine is breaking out of the ice. It looked like he went to sleep and then he got froze over and he just broke out.
Oh my god, he's copying Captain America shit? That's all I'm hearing?
Other than that, if you literally see him break out with his claws, it's still bone claws, by the way.
Okay.
And this is like really young Wolverine. Like he got no facial hair. He's skinnier. He's a lot leaner. They actually did pretty good. I think it's my first time seeing young Wolverine actually look young. Cause even like the other ones still have him look kind of old. Even though he's James. But you see him start a fire. He's warming up. It looked like he killed a bear at some point, a different bear. He made a jacket out of it.
Oh, wait, who did that?
Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Wolverine has on a jacket made from bear. Because originally he just butt naked and he just puts it on.
Mm-hmm.
But he's pulling a cart like with the rest of the bear on it. Then he goes into a cave where other bears are sleeping, and he just lays down in there. So I guess he's using the bear scent to distract them from his scent.
Oh man!
But as this is happening, a predator lands. He gets shot. He doesn't like land his ship. He just jumps out, lands on the ground. It's a bear predator from like the first film. So he doesn't have like any chest armor. He has shoulder plates. He has the shoulder cannon and the staff and like the claws and stuff. But Predator lands and he notices other dead predators on the ground. So Wolverine been doing this for a minute.
Wow.
Curtis, like they're like dead, frozen over. Some of them have arrows in them. So I think this is a callback to Prey.
Okay. Call back to a good
Again,
film.
it look like Captain America, like it's frozen in the ice.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls out his claws and starts trying to cut the body out of the ice. Wolverine goes to a bar. I really want you this. I'm gonna show you this picture later. The young Wolverine looks funny, man.
Yeah.
But Wolverine goes to a bar. He starts drinking. Some guy in the top hat's like, "This beer's on me." He tries to start to talk to Wolverine, and you can tell that he seems to know something's up with Logan. But as always, with Logan in a bar, someone starts a fight. It's revealed that Wolverine. I think Wolverine kills. I think the bear that Wolverine killed is from them. They were trying to hunt it. Wolverine got it first. They put a gun to Wolverine's head. Wolverine smashed the guy with a bottle, punches him in the face. Pretty much breaks his nose and all that. You know, bone metals and all the other stuff. He grabs a guy, stabs the guy with his own knives. A guy shoots at him. Wolverine basically. A guy shoots at him. Wolverine grabs a knife off the table, throws it, cuts a man's hand off with the gun, and then he runs and he kills the other guy. I believe he kills the other guy with I think a buzzsaw. Like he swings a buzzsaw.
Going a little Deadpoolish there.
But the guy, yeah, the old lady is like, "See, I told you, trouble's about to happen."
Yeah.
And Wolverine killed the guy. Just walks out. As he steps out, the guy from inside the bar catches up with him, and he's like, "Please, I need your help. If I knew you were this guy, I would have asked your help early. They kidnapped my son. I need you to save him." Wolverine, despite not being a hero yet, like, I guess I can. It's not out the way. As Wolverine goes, it moves to the Predator. Predator is like hunting deer, just trying to get a feel for what the animals on this world is like. You see him practicing his target practice, doing his like he has like a boomerang type thing with blades on it. But as he goes to kill a ram, but a cougar jumps in the way, and then he falls into the. So he kills a ram, he kills a cougar, then he goes into the ocean and kills an orca whale. So he's just going up the ladder of animals.
Is he?
I kind of like this idea that they try to kill and conquer everything on the planet in a way. I think that's a great thing for a hunter. But he takes their skull, he takes them back to the ship. But then he noticed the smoke in the distance. Cut to it. Wolverine's going to help this guy save his kid. And then this guy and Wolverine walks up on all the skinned animals and people the Predator has killed. So when Predator kills people, he skins them, ties them up, and then he usually takes their head or bodies, parts as smokes. Yep. So they're just in a forest of skinned dead people and animals. But little do they know, the Predator had just noticed them, and he's right behind them. He follows them to the house where the kidnapped kid is. Wolverine's fighting. He starts, and he instantly starts killing people. Wolverine gets shot in the back by. He gets shot in the back by the guy who brought him here.
What? What was that about?
And then the guy's like, "Where's the boy?" Well, I suppose there. What you about to say?
No, I was saying, what was that?
But yeah, the guy gets shot in the back.
Go ahead.
The guy gets shot in the back. He's like, "Where's the boy? You want to know where the boy is?" Well, technically, all these people are my boys, and you just murdered my children. They're all orphans or scamps that I conned into working for me. And now, since you killed them, I can just take the money and go. So thanks for that. He goes to open the door to leave, and the Predator shoots his head off.
Oh.
and the Predator walks in, and that's that picture I sent you in the Discord.
Oh wow.
But Predator sees Wolverine on the floor. He's looking at all the bloody bodies, and he starts mimicking what that guy said. He's like, "They're killers. They're monsters." Was the dialogue the guy at the top had said? Wolverine gets up, and he's like, "This is a killer. This is a monster." Wolverine punches him and stabs him, and it's like he kind of cut the Predator's throat, so the Predator just rips his mask off, and they start fighting for real. The Predator looked like he got the upper hand with skills at this point. He stabs Wolverine through the stomach with his spear. This book is really bloody. It's not like Ghost Rider Wolverine bloody, but they're not afraid to like show like the bones and people getting messed up.
You want to have a bloody fight? Let's get to a point where Predator actually skins Wolverine alive, and he still fights the Predator. There you go.
Yeah, you know that's gonna happen at some point. But he stabs Wolverine through the stomach. You see parts of his ribcage and stuff come out. Wolverine walks out the house trying to heal. It looks like the Predator takes off his healing thing and tries to heal the neck wound from getting cut. While he does that, Wolverine pulls the staff out, and it has a panel of them both screaming at the same time as they heal.
Oof.
Predator gives chase, starts shooting Wolverine in the back. He throws the boomerang. This is mainly just a fight, so it's kind of crazy. He throws the boomerang, stabs Wolverine in the leg. Wolverine jumps, lands back, his leg is cut. And Wolverine just gets up and screams, "Come and get it." And at the moment Predator lands, you find out Wolverine is at his cave home with his bears. And because they recognize Wolverine's scent as one of their own, they start attacking a Predator. That's what the bear fight is.
Wait, so it's Predator versus a group of bears, right?
It looks like it's just one. The other one seems to not came out, but it should be another one.
Gotcha.
But the biggest bear, it seems to be like the dad of this family, grabs Predator by the back. Predator turns around, stabs it. The bear clashes scars Predator's helmet. It bites Predator by the leg and drags Predator into that room. And Wolverine's like, "You know what? That's good enough for me. I'm gonna leave." He takes the knife, he takes the boomerang out his leg, and he walks away, thinking that it's over. But the Predator walks out of the cave with the bear's head in his hand.
Oh.
And then it cuts to the next part. So that was all the year 1900. Now, many years later in South America, Wolverine he's leading Weapon X at this point, and it's time for his second Predator encounter. But this time, it's not just one Predator; it's two Predators.
Oof.
But it's not just like Wolverine anymore. He's fighting Weapon X.
Oh.
I think it's great.
Okay.
So it's Sabretooth here. I think this Pip the Troll. He gets shot with he gets shot with the net. The net grabs you and starts squeezing you to squeeze the blood out of you. This isn't Pip the Troll. It looks.
Oh, you mean Puck?
Yeah,
okay.
Puck. This isn't Puck. This is someone named Cruel.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets hit with the net. The net grabs you, stops you, and then squeezes you until you die. It just keeps tightening until it crushes you. But they, So next issue is Weapon X. Sabretooth, Wolverine, Maverick, Jackson, and I think Cruel is dead versus two Predators. So I'm kind of excited for that. I didn't think we're going to get Sabretooth versus Predator next issue. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Okay, I like how they expand the premise to like as opposed to just Predator versus Wolverine. It seems like Predators against Weapon X, or
Yeah. So the next time period is going to be. This is 5 issues, so it's going to be 5 different time period fights leading up to the current day one, which we started off with.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're getting Weapon X era, or most likely going to get like old Western Wolverine era. Then we'll probably get X-Men, like early X-Men era Wolverine fight, and then we'll get the current day.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good. No, cryptid. There's more than 2 Predators. There are 5 Predators here.
Okay.
So it's a 5v5 with Predators versus Weapon X.
I want to see the claws collide, man. The blades.
I just want the main Predator to be
Uh-huh.
consistent. I like the idea that just say want Wolverine over everything else. He's like, I don't care. I want this guy head
Yeah,
of my business.
did they
I don't care
know
how
he
long
was
it
with
takes.
Weapon X? It's just kind of convenient that he was with Weapon X at the time for them to just show.
If they're here specifically to hunt Wolverine, they weren't here like for anything else. Because it seemed like they already was here waiting on them, so they probably set it up for Wolverine to sit.
Okay.
So Wolverine and them arrive. There's a skinned body in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more like the Predators caught the situation, and people are like, there's something here doing something we don't know how to track it. So we'll send Weapon X because Wolverine and Sabretooth will be able to track anything real.
Uh-huh.
But it's a great little premise, man. I actually really it's hard to talk about like without just saying, oh, they're fighting. But I actually really love this book, and that's all I really want was fight. So they're living up to it. Wolverine's hit. They're dealing with Wolverine's healing factor. I want because realistically, like in a straight fight, Predator's going to lose because Wolverine's going to keep healing. So I wonder.
Mhm.
So at some point, a Predator's going to find a way to deal with that healing factor. I think that's going to be very interesting to see.
Predator needs to walk away with a Wolverine pelt fur coat as a trophy.
Yeah, at least want to see. Yes, the whole one. I want to see a Predator wearing the Wolverine costume. I think that'd be hilarious.
Wear the skin of your hunt.
But yeah,
But
that's
no,
it.
seriously, sounds like a great comic, you know?
Yeah, I just I hope we see other. The only other thing I like to see other time periods of Predator. Because right now it seems they're still doing like the basic Predator outfits and weapons. So
Yeah.
I would like to see Wolverine fight like an issue with like the Samurai Predator or like the Swordsman Predator and stuff like that.
That will be cool.
Yeah, you do. You do Wolverine while he's in Japan with the Muramasa blade, and you have him fight. It's Predator sword fight. He fights Samurai Predator. Yeah, that's what I want.
You want more Wolverine books, I see.
To be fair, Wolverine's pretty good. I Wolverine like John Wick for me. I just want to see the fight, bro. Just make the fight good. And I'm like, that's a good Wolverine book.
Gotcha.
But anyway, that's really it.
Alrighty. With that, let's go on to the last one.
We got. Oh yeah, Venomverse. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's basically the last of the comics we're talked for today.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the whole book. I just want to talk about the magical girl thing because the magical girl Venom was blowing my mind. Okay, I'm waiting for it to load up. But if people don't remember, Venomverse is just Spider-Verse, but Venom. We're going to see the symbiotes in other universes. But so this is starting to load up. But this is what all before the death of the Venomverse, which we did not talk about on the show. I'm not talking about it a different Thursday just to get it out the way. There's so much symbiote stuff going on though. There's so much symbiote stuff. Symbiotes feel like reading the symbiote stuff feels even more tiring than reading X-Men right now.
Wow. Because at least with the X-Men you have variety. But symbiote stuff, like
symbiote stuff, you have like 90, like 3 books of Venom, and then like 3 books of Carnage.
And they all do the same shit. Like
Carnage is a little bit more interesting because he's just getting more powers, but Venom is confusing because he's doing the time travel, fighting different versions of himself in the future or past. Apparently, Null is back. And I was like, you know what? I'll say that for a different Thursday when I feel like actually catching up.
Gotcha.
But okay, the book is loaded up. So this book It's called Sparkle and Shine. It's by Alyssa Wong, which I did not remember. But you have a little girl. She's just drawing like a butterfly wand. She's just like basically drawing like Sailor Moon accessories in her notebook.
Yeah.
The teacher says, "Pay attention." She runs out of class. She has a little bow on the back of her head, and you find out that's her symbiote. The bow on the back of her head is the symbiote in disguise.
Aw, a little cute accessory.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture later. But she's like, "Wow!" The symbiote is like, "Wow, good job, warrior of justice. Why are you running out the classroom like that?" And she's like, "Shut up! I have to go fight evil." She runs outside, and they're like little cartoon aliens fighting people. And cryptid. She gives the most. Funny, adorable little magical girl twirl into her outfit. So she takes off the two ends of the bow, starts wrapping around her body. She starts spinning, and then she rips the bow off and puts it on the stick. And the bow and the stick is her wand. So the symbiote is the wand in her hand, and she spins around and she used to do her magical girl transformation to change her outfit into what she call Necroco.
Aw.
Yeah, so Sailor Moon versus Necroco. Let's get it in the comments. Someone tell me who you think wins. But for Magical Girl, she is just ripping these monsters apart. Like, okay, so she swings her wand. The symbiote on the wand opens his mouth, uses his tongue to grab onto the monsters, and basically rips the monsters limb from limb.
She has a
She's
little
basically using that as
bloodlust
a
in
whip
her.
now.
A little bloodlust in her.
Yeah, she's swinging it like a whip now, like a baton whip, and she's just cutting these monsters up, spinning around, whirling. People are freaking out. The little girl, like, "Oh no, please don't hurt me," because this magical girl is scary as shit. Cryptid. When I first saw this series, I thought it was gonna be like Samurai Deadpool's Venom.
Yeah.
Well, like say like the pop star girl, like how she really look, but with like a
Mhm.
little bit more like her outfit. I thought it was gonna be something like that, but no, this
Mhm.
girl is terrifying. But she saved this little girl. The little girl takes a picture of her. She helps her up. She said, "Don't worry, citizen, you're safe now." So they're doing kind of like the Lethal Protector scene. If y'all know that callback, y'all know what page it is. I don't remember, but that's the Lethal
Got it,
Protector
got it.
scene. But she actually meets the girl outside the costume, starts hanging out with her. But a little piece of the symbiote gets onto the girl. So this is and that's basically how the short story ends. But this is the start of the magical girls universe. And I just thought that was interesting. And I was like, there's gonna be a team of magical. There's gonna be Sailor Moon, but all wearing different symbiotes, and that's gonna be kind of cool. I would like to see like a follow up issue of that if that comes out.
which is so good because like there's different color symbiotes all over out there, so you could definitely play on that trope. Hey,
Yeah, and this art
Venom
style is so
Emerald.
different that I'm visually more interested in seeing it than like the regular Venom stuff.
Mm-hmm. It has a new flavor at least. That's what's interesting about it. You know?
Yeah, but that's mainly it. It's really just a short story. So, but we still got time. So y'all want to talk about something else, and then let's talk about here.
Cool.
Okay, well,
Jake, you want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh? You want to go on your Boruto story rant?
I'm not gonna go in the full rant. I just want to say something so I don't have to say it on Monday, so I could just keep it concise because I really don't want to go to a whole Boruto tangent. But I did want to talk about some episodes I actually really liked. Which are actually just straight filler. There was one with Kakashi and Guy I thought was just hilarious. Because like seeing these two and they're like now they don't have a war to deal with and Kashi doesn't have all this baggage anymore, just seeing these two have fun going on a vacation together is just kind of wholesome, and I really liked it. It's just really funny.
Mhm.
And how little they gave a shit. And you find out that because Kakashi was the Hokage once, he can't leave out the village unless if it's going on a mission, basically. So to get out of the village, he's like, "Oh, I have to go on a very important mission, guys. I want Asuma's daughter. She can watch over us on an S rank mission or whatever." And Asuma's daughter Mirai, she's like, "Oh man, I get to protect Kakashi. This is gonna be the greatest thing ever." And then like she finds out like, oh, they were just trying to go on vacation. Okay, this was very lame. so, so also seeing Guy is great because he has this running gag where he's like, there's a pickpocketer that takes a wallet out of his pocket, and he's like, "If I was just 20 years younger, I could beat up 100 thieves for pickpockets." And he says this like every time. He's like, "If I was 100 years younger, I could beat up that ghost." So, it was just all this stuff. I really like that episode. Krypton, I want to talk to you about this because if you thought Sasuke was a shitty father, I would hate to be his daughter.
Oh, okay. So what happened?
So you know in the movie how how the movie they did the tuning exams but it got interrupted.
Of course, all the damn time.
So technically it ended. They just didn't come to a decision of who's the tuning. So there's an episode arcs later where Boruto and Shikamaru are just sitting down. They're like, okay, who won the tuning exams? And they go into the list. And some people you don't think are gonna be up there on there, like Denki, and he's like the computer nerd, but he's not a good ninja, but he's made a lot of improvements since the first time he appeared. So you're all over. You're like, okay, I can kind of see it. And Shikadai gets up there, and Sarada gets up there, basically. So there's also a really cool moment where Naruto has to disqualify Boruto because obviously he cheated, but you could tell that like it really hurts Naruto to do it. He's like, like that's my son though. so
He can't do that. I think he publicly went down there and embarrassed that
well,
kid
he
in
had
front of
to.
everybody.
He had to because he was like, "I'm the Hokage."
No, he could have waited till the match ended and then talk Boruto back to announce he cheated.
I gotta let people know because you got embarrassed Shikadai over it. But yeah, so he was like, "Oh, my son." But anyway, I guess maybe next time. And he's like, maybe Boruto will win next time. Who knows? And so basically it comes down to Shikadai, Sarada, and Denki. And Shikadai gets disqualified because even though Boruto cheated to win his match, the cheat Boruto did is not outside the realm of Boruto's abilities. If you guys saw the movie, the way Boruto
It was though.
no, the way Boruto wins in the anime, I don't remember the movie, but in the anime, he makes an extra shadow clone. And up to this point, Boruto could only make 4 shadow clones. So Shikadai didn't know he could make 5. So his plan was only for Boruto having 4 shadow clones.
But if he had to do that, doesn't that mean it's outside the realms of his ability?
Yes, but Shikamaru makes the case that like it's still something that Boruto could have eventually done, and Shikadai should have at least planned for it just in case. And the fact that he didn't.
But
oh god.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But I was mixing up the Shikadai fight and the Boruto fight before that. I don't know if you remember, but Boruto fight before that, I believe that's the one he cheated and used a giant wave.
Yeah, that gets brought up too. That's the
all these other
stuff. That gets brought up too.
I thought it was the Shikadai fight. That's why I was being adamant about it. But
no. It was because the only cheat Boruto did on Shikadai was that he used a 5th shadow clone, and Shikamaru goes, yeah, but there was a chance Boruto could have learned that anyway. And the fact that Shikadai doesn't have the foresight to think about that, I think would disqualify him in this case. And Naruto's like, are you sure that's your son? He's like, yeah, well, he can do better. And so he's like, okay. Sarada gets the choice because in her fight, she realized that she wasn't even fighting a real guy. She was fighting the puppet. And she was able to tell that the guy was off on the stage with her Sharingan alone. And so because of this ability of foresight, she's like, I think she would make a great pick. Sarada, we're picking shooties. It's on the table. It's set. It's done. Sasuke comes in after his mission. Big dick Sasuke. He's like, oh, hey guys, I just finished my mission, yada, yada, yada. And he looks at the table. He's like, oh, so you're deciding the tuning exams? You really sure you want to pick Sarada? He's like, what? Yeah, sure. We have it all decided. He's like, I don't know. I mean, she did betray the lead. There was an arc later where they're hunting down Mitsuki on some like Sasuke retrieval arc shit. and Sarada and Boruto defected from the Leaf to go save him. And so Sasuke's like, "You really want like a Leaf traitor to be like a Chunin?" And he's like, and he's like, "Yeah, but that was a good call though. That would have been a good call of me." And he's
I'm
like,
about to say, you mother beeper! Like all the crap you did as a kid,
Wait,
man.
wait. Why
You
did he
actively
say that
wanted
like
to
he's
destroy the
not a
leaf.
Jonin
Like,
and a Leaf Trader?
I
yeah,
don't know. He was bringing up the point that
you
he
want
wasn't sure if Sasuke is saying that I'm not sure if people would accept it because Sarada has already broken the
They
rules
accepted
before
him.
on
He's
a
a
massive
world
scale.
criminal.
I know, I know, but that was his logic. And
Jesus
so Naruto's like,
Christ.
so
He went.
Naruto's
Sasuke went beyond being a terrorist when he defected. You
Yeah,
know.
and not only that, like Naruto said, it was a good call.
yeah, it wound up being
They
the
were
smart call
right.
to make. They got Mitsuki back, and during that arc, Sarada displayed an impressive fight where this is her second most impressive win, where she beat somebody on an S rank mission by herself, basically with her own wits. So Naruto's like, if anything, I feel like that proves Sarada is even more capable. And then as Naruto thinks about it, he's like, "Oh wait," but then he thought about the mission a little bit harder. So the gist of how that mission went was Mitsuki runs away for reasons that it's 25 episodes of reasons I don't want to go into. Boruto and Sarada chase after them. Shikamaru put Shikadai in charge of a team to go chase after Boruto and Sarada to get them back. This mission wound up being their first and only S rank mission. And under Shikadai's leadership alone did they come back okay. And because of that, Shikamaru thinks about it. He's like, well, maybe in the tuning exams he wasn't ready, but by now he feels Shikadai is more capable. Well, Naruto does. Naruto's like, Shikadai seems more capable than Sarada in being a tuning. And this all happens because Sasuke walked in the room and opened his big fucking mouth. So because of this,
Yeah,
Sarada...
none of that should matter. We're judging who won the Chin exam award. Who won the exam? It was Sarah. There you go.
Yeah, it was Sarada. And so because of a mission that had nothing to do with the tuning exams, Sarada gets her spot taken and given to Shikadai.
Also, the
Wow.
Chin exam. Also, the Chin exam doesn't make sense. You're not convincing me that only once a year does someone get promoted.
Yeah. It's a bit weird. I was gonna ask you that. I was gonna text you and ask you. I was like, "Is the tuning exam only for one person? Why are they making that?"
Yeah, it's once a year, and based on this, it seems like no, in Boruto, it seemed like only the winner becomes it. But in Naruto, I do remember that anyone who became any of the finalists had the chance to rank up if their match was impressive.
Yeah.
So that means Sasuke, Gaara, Shikamaru, Tamari, because that's how Shikamaru became a Chunin.
Yeah. So
And
yeah,
Naruto and Gaara, but Naruto left the village, so they couldn't promote him.
right. But in this one, it seemed like they only could do one with Shikadai, and they made that well, it was gonna be Sarada. That was what I was mad about. I was like, I couldn't imagine, because Sarada never finds this out, but I could imagine I was on the table of the Hokage's desk. I was about to be promoted, and then my father came in and said something.
I can understand Sasuke if he was trying to be an overprotective father, like saying, "I don't want my daughter to, go up the ranks, otherwise she's going to be in more dangerous missions." But it doesn't sound like that was the case. That was his motivation for
No,
this,
he comes in and he's like, Naruto, are you sure about this decision? I just don't know if she's shooting ready. Basically, that's essentially what it boiled down to.
He says that like she's not stronger than they were at that time when they were already stronger. Naruto as a child was beating Ambu.
Yeah, I don't know. It had me heated. I went to also. I was like, oh my god, this had me so bad. Especially because in the manga and the anime, Sarada has the dream of being Hokage. So this would have been a big leap for her. This would have actually been like great for her character because she's not a main character, right? So she can't get a lot of time in the manga. So I thought that maybe her being a Chunin would have been like a good thing to keep her on her goals of being Hokage. So I was kind of mad that got taken from her, but. So, then in the next episode, you get to see Shikadai being a team captain, and he's kind of bad at it. So, you know, Because I give them the most frustrating people to be with other than Boruto. So it's like Boruto, Awabe, and this cat girl whose name I forget. And they have to go on a mission to get a flower from using a
There's a
pig.
cat girl now.
There's a cat. She has a jutsu where like she can enhance the chakra in her body to have cat-like abilities, essentially, so she
Is
can
she
heal.
the holder of the two tails? That's the only
No,
person who had that.
no.
If we have Kiba's family who's more in tune with dogs, I can imagine there's a family out there that's more in tune with cats.
That reminds me. Apparently, Kiba's dating a girl who loves cats. I thought that was
Ah,
funny. That was really funny.
yeah.
Because I want to being a whole spat. But yeah, so but she's I think the leader of Team 10. I think the cat girl. And on her team is Sumire, the class representative, and I only remember that because Boruto only calls her class rep for some reason. It annoys me every time. And then there's this girl who has no reason being a ninja. Her jutsu, her special jutsu is that she can cry very loudly and disorient or knock out people. So that's her special jutsu. Um, it's kind of busted when she can focus it, but that's basically their jutsu. But anyway, so Awabe Shikadai leads his team, but he's terrible at organizing them because Awabe is a student that got held back like Naruto did, except that he's actually older than the other kids, so he's a bit more aggressive.
His makes sense. Naruto,
Yeah,
so in Naruto being the same age as Sasuke, somehow took the exam to pass, to leave 3 times and failed before Sasuke took it 1 time.
yeah. It
That means those
was
teachers were trying to get rid of Naruto as fast as possible.
yes, they just couldn't do it. But Awabe has an arc. Awabe's arc, like he's about to give up on being a ninja, and then like Boruto convinces him to give it a shot. So he actually gives it like a honest try. You see his progression through the series as well. And then there's like one moment where they have to do a documentary for ninja because the Leaf Village does not give a fuck about ninjas anymore. Okay, they will ever when they start making their own teams, they tell you every now and then that like no one wants to be a ninja anymore. It's like these children and that's it. So,
Whoa.
yeah, so it's like ninjas are a dying
Which is
profession.
weird. After the aliens have attacked them, the village has been attacked already by this point.
Yes.
This is after the aliens attacked, the whole Kage was kidnapped, and everyone almost died. So you think people be more on edge, like the old days. But we're not.
But we have Naruto and Sasuke. And so it's okay. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like ninjas are on a decline, and all they have left are this class here, essentially, and like whatever's behind them. But it's not that much. It's just that Boruto's generation has exceptional abilities, but they don't really have much to do it on, which I kind of like because it means we kind of get to see what Naruto would have done if there wasn't a war going on when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually get to see, like, because remember the first mission Team 7 does in Naruto, and it's like, oh, you guys are supposed to do some like errand run, basically, but it turns into an S-class mission and everything. But in Boruto, you kind of see like, oh, this is type of the stuff that Naruto is supposed to do, basically, and it winds up being
that was his first mission. His first mission was just finding cats and cleaning up and stuff. That was his first C rank mission.
Yeah, and then it was like, then there was like the blood mist whole thing. So
Yeah, the C rank was you're supposed to escort this man home, and then turn to S rank because of Zabuza and stuff.
Yeah. And I'll go more into it, like why the series grabbed me all of a sudden when it couldn't before. There's like a big reason why I think it works now when it didn't before. And that's why I can't really recommend it to a lot of people unless of a specific circumstance. But I will say this, it's a good way of kind of seeing the ninja world. The filler isn't as intrusive as it was in Naruto. I'll say that much. So it's not as intrusive as I thought it was. You
watched all 100 episodes of this show to say that?
No, I had more to say, but I was going to say one day.
There are 130 before it gets to the manga.
Yes. I have more to say. I was just going to wait till Monday. I just wanted to say like the stuff that I wanted to cut out.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, no.
Glad you got to share it, man.
Yeah, but anyway, fuck Sasuke. I mean, even though I like him in Sasuke Retsudan, that light novel, that's a pretty good novel so far. So.
I say screw to you, Uchihas. Don't stop at Sasuke, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know, screw Sasuke. He said he was gonna rebuild his clan. He had one kid. This dude's ass.
Well, that was the
yeah,
other thing.
How you gonna let Naruto have more kids than you? He could at least had
yeah,
3. He could at least had a boy and a girl.
you have one daughter. Who's going to carry the family name after her? Like, you know,
Boruto, I guess.
You better hope Boruto only cares about having a big family. You better hope Boruto get like 9 kids.
So if those two hook up, it's going to be Sarada Uzumaki. So that's it for the Uchiha, Zed. Bam.
By the way, this is the last thing I wanted to talk about in regards to this because I don't want to talk about it like on Monday, so I'm just gonna get it here. The Sasuke Retsudan light novel, and actually it's a manga as well, and it's adapted in the anime. I actually like it. It really does a lot for Sasuke's character. You actually get the impression he gives a fuck about his family.
Wow, you need a novel to explore that. Wow.
There's like it's like basically it's like okay, so at this point in between the events of the anime or manga, they don't say this because Naruto's keeping it secret, but he's like sick and he's like gonna die. So but the only thing that can cure him is something that the Sage of Six Paths made, so they have to go find it, but there's only 2 in existence and it's very hard to get. Sasuke just needs 1, but Naruto's an idiot, so Naruto destroyed one of them basically. So Sasuke, a frustrated Sasuke, has to go get the second one essentially. And so basically he has to go to another land where they don't know about the ninja shit as well, so they don't know the legend of Sasuke basically. This is, by the way, the same story where those dinosaurs showed up, apparently, by the way. That's a whole plot. But you do find out that
there's a whole scene of Sasuke fighting a dinosaur and then teaming up and then getting literally misty-eyed when a dinosaur tries to die and disappear.
Yeah. But you do get some things about Sasuke that I really kind of liked. How much like he says in the novel, especially, and it's also done well in the manga as well. He says in the novel, I really hate having to lead the village because every time I come back and Sarada's a little bit bigger, I feel like I've failed her a little bit more. But he's the only one who can leave because he's the only one who could travel between dimensions, and they need him to find Kaguya's people. So like that's his reason for going.
Sure, keep that excuse, man. Sure, makes you sleep better at night.
Another thing I like too is that you also get to see him and Sakura actually kind of be a couple a little bit. There's like a moment where he learns about wedding rings, which apparently don't exist in the Land of Fire, or at least in the Leaf Village. And he was thinking about making one for Sakura, and Sakura's like, I don't need one, but it's nice that you think about that, you know. So, and then she talks about she has this weird conversation where she's like, it's crazy. I think about you with wrinkles sometimes, getting old, and I just think it would be a good look on you. He's like, where did this come from? She's like, I don't know, just something I was thinking about. And then he goes like, oh well, you never changed, Sakura, but I wouldn't mind if you had wrinkles too. And like she just starts blushing. I was like, that's so it's just weird that when Kishimoto is writing Sasuke, he's actually a good character. So, yeah. But I recommend the book. I recommend the manga. It's not that long. It's like 6 chapters so far, I think. But yeah, all right, that's everything. So
that's it for the Boruto agenda.
The Boruto agenda will be televised. So
I'll tell you this now, and this way the fans also see it if they care to watch this video. I'm probably not going to be there Monday, so this is my heads up. So I'm not going to add any stories or anything. I'm going to say Devil May Cry stuff for next Thursday.
Next Thursday,
because I give you guys Devil May Cry is something I actually can't talk about for a whole hour.
Next Thursday is actually going to be Witch's segment on Castlevania. So
no, Witch is doing that Wednesday. Witch cannot show up Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Me and Witch are doing that Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. All right, we'll find a way to schedule. We'll find a way to make.
If you want to just have that be the weekly thing, then me you can do this like the Thursday after that. Yeah, but Witch already talked to me. Witch can't show up Thursday, so we're doing Castlevania Wednesday around 10:30.
Okay. Alrighty. But Yeah, I think that was well over an hour, actually, guys. Oh wow, we actually made it.
An hour and 14
Hour and
minutes.
14 minutes.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
Well,
So,
thank you for stopping by Comic Con and Dingus Den. You guys are awesome. And so,
it's been
Yeah.
enjoyable. Yeah.
All right.
Well, plug in the last socials, otherwise, Which will get mad at us.
Yeah, Austin, getting the last socials or that. I don't know.
Which is already gonna be mad at us, but we didn't post that we're live. But whatever. I guess. Follow us at Phanatic on X or Twitter, wherever it's called. Phanatic69, I believe.
Wait, that's real?
You can also find us on Threads under Comic Phanatic, which is which underscore of underscore Jotunheim on TikTok and Twitter, which does the art. Anytime you see unique art, it's usually which. I think that's about it.
Okay. Follow us on Instagram at Confinac 2.0, and yeah.
Isn't Instagram Threads, or is that something new? I'm confused.
I think it's
I don't do social media.
neither do I. Audience, we all have lives except for Witch. He's up to date with all that social media stuff, so
I have a life. I don't like let everyone else know about it. I don't like telling everyone my business, man.
gotcha. All right, audience. Anyone? That's it for tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
Good night, audience.
also, you know what? Sonic Frontiers Update 3. Amy plays excellent. Knuckles, trash. Oh my god. Fix him. Please, God.
And
Okay.
that's how we'll end tonight. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.